The story of Snow White has captivated audiences for generations, with Disney's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, which released in 1937, standing as the first full-length animated feature film in history. Nearly 90 years later, Disney is set to release a live-action adaptation in 2025, bringing a modern perspective to the classic tale. While both versions stem from the same Brothers Grimm fairy tale, they differ significantly in production, characterization, casting, technological advancements, and cultural reception. The 1937 animated classic was a groundbreaking achievement in cinematic history. As Disney's first full-length animated feature, it revolutionized storytelling through hand-drawn animation, vibrant visuals, and a musical score that has remained iconic. The film set the stage for future Disney princess films and established Walt Disney Studios as a dominant force in animation. In contrast, the 2025 adaptation is a live-action reimagining, which seeks to blend reality with advanced CGI technology to bring the fantasy world of Snow White to life. While it honors the essence of the original film, the 2025 adaptation aims to present the story through a contemporary lens, emphasizing themes of empowerment and leadership. One of the most notable differences between the two films lies in the portrayal of Snow White. In the 1937 version, Snow White is depicted as a gentle and kind-hearted character who passively endures hardships, ultimately being rescued by a prince. This portrayal aligns with traditional fairy tale narratives, where the heroine often relies on external forces for salvation. Conversely, the 2025 adaptation reimagines Snow White as a more assertive and independent character, focusing on Snow White's leadership qualities and her ability to shape her own destiny rather than waiting for a prince's rescue. This modernized portrayal reflects evolving societal values, particularly in the representation of female protagonists in media. The 1937 animated film adhered to a traditional European fairy tale aesthetic, with Snow White's design reflecting classic Eurocentric features. At the time, such casting and representation were standard, with little emphasis on diversity or inclusivity. The 2025 adaptation, however, embraces a more diverse approach, with Latina actress Rachel Zegler cast in the titular role. This casting choice has sparked discussions about representation in modern cinema, with Zegler emphasizing that her portrayal is about character depth rather than racial accuracy. This shift reflects Disney's broader efforts to make classic stories more inclusive and resonant with global audiences. The animation techniques used in the 1937 film were groundbreaking for their time, employing hand-drawn animation and innovative techniques like multiplane cameras to create depth and movement. The film's artistry remains a testament to the dedication of early animators and their ability to bring fairy tales to life. In contrast, the 2025 film utilizes cutting-edge CGI and live-action filmmaking to craft a visually immersive world. The depiction of the Seven Dwarfs, for example, has been a point of discussion as the filmmakers seek to avoid reinforcing stereotypes while maintaining the story's magical elements. The use of modern technology allows for a level of realism and spectacle that was unimaginable in 1937. Upon its release, the 1937 Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was met with widespread acclaim and became a beloved classic. Its influence on animation and storytelling remains undeniable, and it continues to be celebrated as a cornerstone of Disney history. The 2025 adaptation, however, has already sparked debate, even before its release. Discussions around casting choices, narrative changes, and the modernization of the story have led to both praise and criticism. While some applaud Disney's efforts to update the film for contemporary audiences, others argue that classic stories should remain true to their original portrayals. This controversy highlights the ongoing tension between preserving tradition and embracing progress in media adaptations. While both versions of Snow White originate from the same fairy tale, they reflect the distinct cultural and cinematic landscapes of their respective eras. The 1937 classic remains a nostalgic masterpiece that set the foundation for animated storytelling, whereas the 2025 live-action adaptation seeks to reimagine the tale for a modern audience. Through differences in characterization, technological advancements, and cultural reception, these two films illustrate how stories evolve over time while continuing to captivate new generations. What are your thoughts on the reimagining of the 1937 masterpiece? Comment below.